Hey, good morning, everybody. This morning we're in Matthew chapter 14, and we're looking at a very familiar passage. It's a passage that happens right after Jesus has performed an amazing miracle where he fed 5,000 men, not counting women and children, with just a few loaves of bread and fishes. And so Matthew records that after this miracle, Jesus sends everybody home, and he instructs the disciples to get in their boat and to row across the lake, actually the Sea of Galilee. And then he goes off into the hills to have some alone time with his Father. At first glance, it appears that Jesus is sending them away for some rest, to get recharged after a big day of ministry. But we find out quickly that this was not going to be a restful boat trip. After night falls, a huge storm comes up, and they're far away from land. And they're rowing for their lives in these heavy waves. And I think Jesus knew that they were going to be fine, but they needed a night to experience this challenge to build their character. And so I think we can all relate to this, that we've certainly had experiences where challenge after challenge after challenge seems to come our way. And right in the middle of it, we get really tired. And they're at their breaking point, and sometimes we are too. But Jesus comes in a very unexpected way to them. He comes walking on the water. And at first they don't even recognize him. They think he's a ghost. But it's not that they hadn't been praying for help, but they just didn't expect help to come this way. So in verse 27, Jesus spoke to them and he said, "Don't be afraid. Take courage. I am here." And then Peter says to Jesus, and they're all out of their mind, terrified. And Peter asks him, he says, "Jesus, Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you walking on the water." As the scene plays out, Peter walks on the water for a second, but then he takes his eyes off of Jesus, as we remember, and he starts to sink. But honestly, his faith is far greater than the other 11 that stayed in the boat. Even though Jesus says, "Why is your faith so weak?" So here's what I get out of this passage. The first thing I see is that the storm is something that we're all going to experience. We all have storms in our life, but every storm is an opportunity to look for Jesus. And it will end someday, but the question is, how will we grow through this? And second thing is that Jesus often comes to us in the middle of a storm rather than immediately quieting the storm. I think all of us want we would rather have storm relief, but Jesus often offers us something even better. He says, "I'll be with you in the middle of the storm to walk through it with you." And then the third thing is that Jesus loves our prayers. Even the ones that seem humanly impossible, like Peter's, walking on the water, what's with that? But he wants to show us that he's able to do amazingly more than we could ever ask or imagine. And in the end, I think the disciples actually get in this particular case. In verse 33, at least temporarily, they said, "You are really the Son of God," they exclaimed. And that's what Jesus wanted. And they trust him a little bit deeper. And I pray that as you experience your storm, whatever it is today, that it turns your eyes to the one who wants you to know his presence in a deeper way, and one who is very capable to accomplish exactly whatever you need today. I pray that you'll have a faith-filled day.
If these devotional videos are helpful to you, subscribe to our channel and click the notification button so you know when we post a new video. And of course, please share them with others.